meeting to order, please. Welcome to the Select Board meeting for July 28, 2011. The first item on the agenda is a salute to the American flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Second item on the agenda.
I make a motion we approve the agenda as written.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the minutes?
Make a motion we approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Seeing no old business, moving on to new business, which is to appoint a new chair, as discussed at our last meeting. I would like to make a motion to appoint Ted Kryzak as chair.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Take it away.
You didn't do a close. Okay, first item on our agenda is the liquor license public hearing.
No, we're signing our...
Oh, special order. You had me change it.
Oh, I didn't get that one. Sorry. Okay, we're going to sign the order for the special town meeting.
The order reads as follows. Voted that it be and hereby is ordered that the article set forth below be placed on a warrant for a special town meeting of the town of Acton to be held on Thursday, September 29th, 2011 at 6 p.m. and that an attested copy of this order be placed on file with the town clerk of the town of Acton. Article 2. Do you favor approving the proposed amendments to the Town of Acton zoning ordinance dated September 2011 and the official shoreland zoning maps 1 of 2 and 2 of 2 dated September 29th, 2011? I would make a motion to sign the order as read.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, sign the order.
All in favor?
All in favor? You have to break me in. How do you pronounce that?
Martinez.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
The wrong one.
Oh, shit. Oh, she must have copied that one. Okay. Oh, we're going to have you sign it first. You're going to take it? Okay. Okay. Liquor license. We have an application for a liquor license to Krabby Bear for Susan Davis and Scott Davis. Either one of them here want to speak? Yeah, come on up.
Hello, my name is Scott Davis. I'm the general manager of Krabby Bear. As you know, we were opened up last year, June 24th. In doing so, we did breakfast and lunch at the facility, carried our lunch menu into dinner. With that being said, we've had a lot of requests for beer and wine. We've got I've owned previous businesses and managed previous businesses. We have no issues with our previous businesses, and it's something that the locals have asked for. We haven't had it. I think it's something that's going to complement our dinner menu, and I'd appreciate the approval. Thank you.
You're just applying to have beer and wine with dinner. You're not going to have a bar also, or?
At this point in time, we've set up for a lounge area, but it's not even close to being set up.
So you're not asking for a permit for a lounge area just to serve with the meals?
At this point in time, if need be, I mean, I'd rather take care of everything at once if that's what I need to do. I have set up for it. The diagram does show for it.
Yeah, but you only applied for the restaurant one. You didn't apply for the restaurant lounge
I'm
one.
sorry. I'm looking for beer and wine. And when we spoke with the state, that was the one that they told us that we were to apply for.
Okay.
We're not going for a full liquor license at this point in time.
Okay,
It's just beer and wine.
That was my question. Okay. Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to speak about the liquor license? Okay. We have done a background check with the Sheriff's Department, and there are no issues there. So I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we sign the liquor license application for Krabby Bears.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay. So we'll sign this and you can pick it up from Lorraine? Okay, sign the bingo permit. I think it was,
I think that they
signed it first. Oh, no.
No, here we go.
Yeah. And we gotta make sure we date it, because that was the thing we didn't do last time.
Yes, dated at 2011.
Okay, we have a bingo permit for the Acton Fair.
Pretty straightforward, same as we always have. I will make a motion that we sign the permit for the bingo for this Acton Fair.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
I'm gonna hold off on paving bids till Scott gets here.
Okay. Do we have,
Let's take it out of order.
okay.
I'd actually like to make a motion to take our agenda out of order. We, I think, miscommunicated some times. I'd like to move that we move opening of the paving bids to number 9 and move everything up.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry, second.
Any discussion? Okay, we'll move open paving bids down to number 9, and we'll move on to the roofing bids. Names. Nope. Okay, we had quite a few bids for the roof at the school, so we met last week and opened them up so that we could have more time to look at them. We have not made a decision. We'll make a decision tonight. I didn't bring all the packages in because there was a lot involved with the packages that came in, but if anybody would like to see any of them, they will be available to the public. The first one was Hall Brothers for $19,400. The next one was Precision Roofing for $18,500. Next one was for McKeague for $17,985. Next one was Roof Doctors for $21,000. DG Wall and Sons Construction for $24,000. Mark P. Davis for $17,835. Mills Construction for $28,400. T. McDonald for $15,000. Ruck Roofing and Siding for $18,275. Okay.
Do we want to, when we met with, Andy's going to be supervising the project, and he is the one that met with all of the contractors on site to take a look at it. And when we opened all of the bids, we looked for things like, do they have insurance, and wanted to give Andy some time to look over the bids and see what they had to say about materials and so forth. Andy, do you want to talk to us a little bit about your recommendations?
Yeah, basically, like I said when we met, I was expecting a lot of bids just due to the state of the economy, which obviously we got quite a few. And in meeting with the various contractors that came and looked at the job, you know, I had, you know, gone over the bid specifications with all of them. Just looked generally at, you know, their qualifications, their background, their understanding of the building, because there are different roofing materials there. These are asphalt shingles that are going to be above a rubber roof. And basically, was looking for the contractor that, you know, would give us a decent price and, you know, came with a good reputation.
And do you have a recommendation?
I would recommend Mark Davis.
And he was the second lowest bidder. Thanks, Andy.
Yep, thank you.
Ready for a motion? Yeah. Then I would recommend that we take the advice of the maintenance manager at the school for Mark Davis for $17,835.
You have to second that?
Yeah.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, the contract is awarded to Mark P. Davis, and you'll let him know?
Yes.
All right, thanks a lot, Andy, for your help on this.
Yep, thank you all.
He's here tonight.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
All right. Okay, now the next one is communications. Again, we got 10, I believe, and then we had a couple more that came in late. And we had advertised in the Portland paper, so we got people from Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine, all over the place. So we got quite a few bids. The first one is CMC for $13,315. Next one is Business Communication of Maine, $14,000. Next one is Carousel for $16,597. Next one is Connective Point for $18,771. Next one is OTT, $19,845. Next one is Canfield Systems, $19,891. Next one is Alternative Communication Services for $21,475. Next one is Just Results for $22,565.44. And the next one is New England Communication for $23,904. Oh, I'm sorry, there is one more. ADN IT for $24,994. Mike drew up the bid proposal because Mike Corey will be in charge of overseeing the project. Plus, he was the one that was determined what we needed for electronics in order to update the telephone system and the emergency broadcast system for the school if there's any issues. So, Mike, if you want to come up and give us a little information about this.
Sure. I wanted to find the solution that best fit the school technology-wise, getting the best bang for the buck. I also wanted to find technicians that were confident in delivering what we were asking for, not only as far as technology, but as far as the faculty. I asked the faculty how they wanted the services delivered, certain features they wanted. Like, we're using a 20-year-old intercom system that has a push-button bell, like a doorbell that rings the bells. They want to keep that because they enjoy hitting the button and making the just driving the kids crazy with the bell. So I wanted to make sure they kept that in place, and also had the expandability for the future for IP phones and you know, internet communication. So it was CMC Technology Group, I believe, the lowest bid. They gave me two quotes, actually. One quote using a Mitel or Mitel device, another quote using an NEC device, which if you look further down the list of companies, around $19,000, another company also quoted us for NEC device, but CMC Technology Group is also going to be supplying us with digital phones versus analog phones. So they're giving us more power and more bang for the buck, and I feel like they were more competent in their you know, engineering of the technology and the deployment.
Okay, so CMC Technology Group at the $13,315 bid is your recommendation?
Yep.
Okay, great. Thanks for all your work, Mike. I know there was a lot to go through there.
And it was 2 weeks of digging.
Ready?
Yep.
I'd like to make a motion to accept or to award the communications bid to CMC Technology for $13,315.
Second.
All in favor? Any discussion? Too late. Okay, resignation. With regret, we accept the resignation of Chuck Heffron from the Warrant and Finance Committee. He came in when we really needed him. We were short, and we were right in the middle of the budget season going full blast. And with the way we did things this year, it was a tough time. We ended up going through 8 budgets before we finally got to our last one, trying to get a lot of input. And of course, we're going to rethink that for next year. But we really appreciate Chuck helping us out and filling in for that position till the end of the term. And he has decided that he didn't want to come back on for another term. So, Chuck, thank you so much for all your help.
Do we need to accept his resignation?
I don't know. It's anything.
No, I meant like formally.
Oh, okay. Appointments. We have several appointments for Lois Michaud to the Conservation Committee.
Do you want to do them singly?
Yeah.
Make a motion, we appoint Lois Michaud to the Conservation Committee.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? William Maloney to the Conservation Committee.
Make a motion that we appoint William Maloney to the Conservation Committee.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Hannah Phillips to the Conservation Committee.
Make a motion that we appoint Hannah Phillips to the Conservation Committee.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, that's 3 to the Conservation Committee. Please make sure that you come back in and see Jennifer Rue to be sworn in. Next one is for Nancy Ruma to the Warrant and Finance Committee.
Make a motion that we appoint Nancy Ruma to the Warrant and Finance Committee.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? And Nancy, if you could see Jen before you go. Thank you. Because they're going to be having a meeting pretty soon to, before the special town meeting they have to meet, so.
We'll just gotta sign this one.
Okay, and one more, Natalie Kane to the Policy Committee.
Make a motion that we appoint Natalie Kane to the Policy Committee.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you, Natalie. If you could see Jennifer too before you go home. You need to sign that one. You need to go to. You need to sign that one. Okay, next item is to sign the Europe certification.
I can't find it.
Okay. We can do that when we come back from executive session then?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what I did with it.
All right. Next is open the bids for the paving.
Okay. It says Pike. You got a knife or something? I haven't got anything.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, Bill will open them.
See if I can get on that part.
I'm gonna have to find what I've done with that thing, because I don't see where it's not in my file.
Okay. Well, we got to go into executive session. We can sign it when we come back. Okay. Pike is $77 per ton, and let's see. Curb is 700 a linear foot. Unit price is $675. Hand placed is $60 a ton. $125 is the unit price. Machine paved shim and overlay is $2,200 a ton, and the unit price is $77. Next one is R.D. Torno and Sons. Price per ton is $68.80 or $9.80 a linear foot for curb, and that's the only 2 prices they have on there.
Who's this one?
This is R.D. Torno and Sons. This is Dayton Sand and Gravel. $67.20 a ton. Handwork prices $90 a ton. Asphalt curb price $6 a linear foot. F.R. Carroll Incorporated. Price per ton is $66.45. Handwork $140 a ton. Curb work $5 a linear foot. Either of the road commissioners want to come up? That's all of them, right? Just 4?
That's it.
Yeah, okay, we only had 4 bids. You guys want to come up and talk about it? And give us some input on...
He said Scott called, but he didn't come in.
Scott's here.
Oh, he's here?
Yeah.
We didn't bring a bid. Oh, I thought you said Scott was bringing.
Oh, no.
Bid.
No, he was calling to see what time we were opening the bids.
Okay.
I recommend we take the lowest bid.
The lowest bidder?
Yep.
Well, the lowest bidder for which part? Because F.R. Carroll is the lowest bidder per ton and per foot for curbing, but they're one of the highest bidders for handwork.
Yeah, we, in this type of work that I think that Dave and I are going to be doing, it's pretty much laying the asphalt down and paving our roads, so.
So they won't be doing it?
I guess the curb I'm going to be doing, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but-
still low bid on curbing.
But it's just the handwork that was the higher, so that doesn't matter as much.
Are we on this bid tonight? We are, okay. Before I'd like to talk to Carol and the second lowest bidder and see what their timing's going to be. We've run this before where we've, these guys, they don't run a schedule with ours, and then they end up doing it in the fall and the hot top prices go up, I want to know what the schedules are before we commit to one person.
Okay, but they'll be locked into these prices, right?
No, they're not. Those prices are now prices. In a month, if hot top goes up, there's an escalation clause in those. That's why I'd really like to call these guys, and I want to know what their schedules would be and if they're going to be able to hold to those schedules so that we don't get, because that happened to us a couple of years ago with one of the other pavers. Their escalation clause kicked in and the price went up considerably.
I mean, I talked to all 4 of them, and I basically told them it'd be the end of August, and so that's when I'd be ready. And they, so,
Okay,
sure them prices are based equivalent to that.
Dayton included an asphalt escalator clause. It's based on the MDOT asphalt escalator, and it adjusts weekly.
They all should have, they all usually.
That's the only one that has it. Everybody else was just a single sheet. So what you're saying is this is normal when we take bids. If you don't do it right away, then the price goes up.
If I don't decide to pay until September, and, say I plan on doing August, and they can hold me back until September and the price went up, they can actually hit me with that escalation clause.
Okay.
And that's all I want to do is before we award this bid, I'd like to contact these two bidders and make sure that they're on my time schedule before we award this, make sure that they can even do it. I mean, Carol, Carol's fine. I don't mind using Carol. I just want to make sure they're on the same schedule before we award it.
Okay, none of these people called you before they were bidding to find out when you wanted to do this?
They just want to know pretty much what we wanted to do.
So you did have discussions with them about what you want to do and everything, so that's how they based their, okay. And they didn't say anything about being able to do it as soon as the bid was awarded? Because, I mean, that was the whole idea from putting out the bid now, so you guys could get it done this summer? Yeah.
Well, we could do it in the fall, I mean, the spring too. If we decided to, we could. But I plan on doing mine this fall, or this late summer.
So in the past, if we had awarded this bid tonight and you decided not to do the actual work till the summer, we're going to pay what the prices are for asphalt next year, even though they're the low bidder now, they won't be the low bidder next year?
May not.
This doesn't make sense.
Well, in a fiscal year, it'd run the whole fiscal year for the
No.
paving bid unless they have an escalator clause.
And where Dayton's the only one who put an escalation clause, can we assume that means the other ones do not have that escalation
I
clause?
want to make sure they didn't assume that, because I talked to Frank Scott back, a while back, and they, because I told them, you know, about the escalation clause, and they said that they wouldn't be on it. I'm surprised there isn't.
Pike did say this bid should be considered a package bid. Pike reserves the right to adjust unit pricing based on revenues awarded.
I mean, they've been...
That's not for
The paving guys have been doing this for years. I mean, it's just nothing new with the escalation clause. But, and like I said, I recommend we take the lowest bidder. Thank you.
It's enough of a difference between FR Carroll and Dayton, so that even if FR Carroll were to go up slightly, I still don't think that they would hit
It's not a
Dayton.
problem with me. I mean, I just I wanted to keep my options open with the schedule, and I just wanted to make sure. I didn't believe that we had to take the lowest bid. I thought it was the discretion of, you know, what we saw on paper. You know, I wanted to make sure all the handwork, curb, and everything. And if they're lower on both of them,
Yeah.
then obviously that's what we're going to have to go with.
Okay.
So.
Motion?
I guess I will make a motion that we go ahead and award the bid to FR Carroll at $66.45 per ton, $5 per curb foot, and $140 per ton for handwork.
A second.
All in favor? Any discussion? Okay, all in favor? All right, the bid is awarded to
FR Carroll.
F.R. Carroll. Okay, did you find the Europe certification?
What's that?
Did you find the Europe? No? Okay, so, next item on the agenda. Oh, other business. Anybody have any other business?
Ted, can I have the copies of those bids?
Yep.
I mean, the ones that you wrote down, the communication?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He made that up, and these are just my notes from the day that we opened them.
Thank you.
Okay. Some envelopes. Yes, sir.
Hi, Jack Kelly, Acton Road Committee. I was just wondering, is the town going to pursue the RMS program that we went out last year and did all the culverts and measured roads and, you know, that whole thing? I talked with Cindy Hart. She's a new member of the road committee, and she asked me to go before you tonight. You know, maybe like we could have a meeting next month or something, you know, whether or not you want to pursue that or just throw all that information out the window.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, we don't have the information. Is that correct?
We have it on disc with an Acton resident. It's not actually here in the town hall, and that is one of the things that Cindy has expressed to me that she would like to pursue getting back. What I spoke with Jack earlier about was that we have made it clear as a board that the road committee is to meet at the direction of the road commissioners. Right. And personally, I would, if the road commissioners would like to pursue this information since it's for their benefit, I think it's a great idea and that should be pursued. But out of respect for how we have interpreted the ordinance and have been very clear about, I would like that meeting to come at the direction of the road commissioners. And they're both here tonight, and it might be a great opportunity to put them on the spot and ask them if they'd like to have that meeting sometime in the next month.
You want to have a meeting?
Yeah, we get the information, so we know what we're all
Okay, yeah. No, the reason I mention is because I was willing to volunteer to go up and get those counters again. And you know, the state, they wanted a summer traffic count with those counters.
Oh, okay.
And I, you know, I'll go up and get them. I have to go up to Augusta to get them. But I mean, I don't want to do it if it's just going to be ignored, all the information. So.
Well, when do you guys want to meet? Can you guys meet in the first week of August? Does that seem like a possibility?
I'll have to contact the rest of the members of the road committee.
Well, it'll be up to the road commissioners to do that. So
I mean, if, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if we get the information and, you know, we get some papers out to everybody so we can all give us a week or so to look at it, so we all know what we're talking about when we get there.
All right.
I just got a thing in my mailbox for that. There's a class down in Wells on the 18th. It might be something where I might want to take that class, see what it's all about, see if it's worth doing.
Yeah.
So you guys can work that out together, and then if you do decide to have a meeting, please do let us know.
Yeah.
And let Jennifer especially know so that she can get it posted up on.
Who has the information right now?
I believe that the data that was collected is with Pam McAlinden.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Long.
Good evening. I have a piece of property that's been assessed wrong, and I would like if the selectmen would address that with the assessing company.
Did you make an appointment and come in and meet with them?
No.
Okay, that's what they had said within the letters, because they're making the determinations right now as far as everybody. They had office hours here Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And there was 5 people here from the company all day giving appointments to people, and there was a lot of people here every one of those days. And then they went over each individual lot with each individual person, and you brought up your concerns to them, and then they're taking it back to finish it up. I mean, the bills that letters that everybody got in the mail are, just projected for right now, because we don't know what the final one is going to be. So as far as your individual property, you have to get in touch with them. Now, as far as having a one-on-one meeting, that's done, but you can call them or write them or email them, and I would suggest you get it done very quickly, because there is a closing date, and it should be on the letter with the assessment that you've got. It should tell you how to get in contact with them, because they're still in charge of all of this. It has not become permanent. It has not been handed over to us yet, so they are making the determinations on whether there should be any changes on what you got and what you think you should have got. So if you get in touch with the O'Donnells, they'll answer all your questions for you.
Well, I don't know, if I'll have time to do that. I'll just, have to file for an abatement or whatever, if,
Okay.
I can't,
Okay.
The other thing that I would like to speak about is the television, Acton's TV channel. I think it's very disappointing what's been on the TV. There hasn't been any new stuff on for quite some time. Stuff has gone back to 2010, 2009 that's being put on. And I think the fact that the amount of money we're paying now to have that service, that it's very disappointing.
Yeah, well, the reason is, Dennis, is the school had canceled their meeting, so there wasn't a school board meeting for July. We're only meeting once a month, so there's only one meeting for the selectmen on once a month. And to my knowledge, any of the other committees that are meeting are not meeting. The only other one is the planning board, so there should have been some planning board stuff on there, because they just met the other night, so there should have been a new planning board meeting. But the committees are not meeting, so nothing's being filmed. That's why nothing new is going on TV for the summer.
But there's a lot of things going on in town in past years that were filmed and put on the TV, not just meetings of planning board or something like that. There was a lot of other things, and I don't know, I'm just very disappointed, that's all.
Thank you, Dennis.
I'll mention something about the TV. Yeah. Because there aren't any meetings happening, that's why that's not being updated as often. Also, I don't think any of the town fair maybe the pig scramble was published last year. So in order to hype up this year's town fair, I started putting it on last year's town fair so people could see what it's about and maybe get excited and pumped for it. And as for what's going around in town for videotaping, I'm not a member of the town, so I don't really know what's going around town, but Virginia and Barbara had like the library concert that was put on, but as far as public events, I don't know of any that are happening, so and nobody's throwing anything in the box for us to videotape. So, I mean, it is public access television, so if anybody out there has an event that's public and wants to have it taped or broadcast, just put a little note in the box that's out here in the hallway, or you can email apat@actonmaine.org, and we'll get somebody to tape it or do something with it.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, any other new business? Or other business, I'm sorry. All right, and we'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we adjourn into executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA 405 subsection 6.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?